Hi, dear friends. I'm so excited to be back here. It's been a while I haven't been on YouTube, but I'm happy to be back and I'm happy to be back here with you. I will be recording a lot more videos in 2026, wisdom teachings for you to feel inspired and empowered to really take your life to the next level, to really go for those dreams, go for those callings that are nudging you to step forward and to truly live a life that feels empowered and also filled with excitement at the same time. That's my wish for you in 2026, and I'm so excited that you opened and are this video and are watching it. So for those of you who are new to me and don't know much about my work, I am Alina. I am an inner leadership coach. I love to define the field of my work as inner leadership because the way we lead ourselves and our lives is ultimately impacting the world, and we see it all around us. And so, for us to become truly enlightened leaders in the world, we first need to become inner leaders to take care of our own inner universe. And so, besides leadership coaching, I help people with mindset rewiring. So, getting rid of their limiting beliefs and transforming them into empowering beliefs that are truly serving them to move forward into their lives. And I use theta healing as a modality, which is very similar to hypnosis. And I also work with breath work. Breath is one of our gateways into working with our vital life force energy that nourishes our body. And I also work with Akashic Records Readings, which is one of my most favorite modalities. Akashic Readings actually are a gateway for you to receive messages from your soul, from your higher self, which are always empowering messages, which are always loving messages, and guide you on your way forward. And also a way to receive messages from your spirit guides. We all have a beautiful loving, supportive team of spirit guides, ancestors, and ascended masters here to help us on our path. But we have to, raise our hand and ask for guidance. And they always show up and support us. And so I'm very, very, I would say, very grateful and very privileged to be able to help people in this way to move forward in their lives and create impact. I'm here to truly help the rising leaders. And another passion of mine is to speak, and you will see me speak a lot more here online and offline about the rise of the divine feminine on earth. The divine feminine is the energy that has been suppressed for at least 2000 millennia, 2000 years, so at least for 2 millennia, as the consciousness of the world was in an evolution was on an evolutionary path where it was stuck in patriarchy, and now we are rising and into a higher consciousness level, as we can all feel it. It's happening all around us, which will include people coming back to their hearts and coming back to into forgiveness of the self and forgiveness of the other. That is the journey that we're going on. Whether you believe it or not, it is the journey that humanity is currently on. It has a lot of bumps, in the road. It's not a straight road. It's sometimes seen by a lot of wisdom teachers as a spiral. We go back to certain lessons that we thought we had learned, but then the more we commit to practices that nourish our spirit and nourish us internally and externally, the more we rise and we go to the next level of our evolution. And so the rise of the divine feminine right now on earth simply means that we are all called to come back to our hearts, to come back into what is essential for our life and for life on earth, and what will guide us from here onwards. And I really love, one of my most favorite practices when I have my one-on-ones is to teach people how to receive messages from their heart, from their inner wisdom, from their higher self. And so this is a little bit about me. I will share a lot more in the following videos. This is just a quick video to share from my heart that I hope you had a beautiful year. And I want to give you a quick practice that will nourish you as we end this year, 2025, which is the time when I'm recording this video, December 2025. And it's also a nourishing practice for you, considering that we are ending a 9-year cycle. So 2025, if you add up all the digits in this year, it leads to 9. So 9 in numerology is the number of cycles ending and a new cycle beginning, which means that we all felt it this year. There was almost a revolution happening in everybody's lives when it comes to things ending, maybe relationships ending, jobs ending, and also at the same time having the pull towards new initiatives. So if you felt the pull for example, move countries, or if you felt the pull to change jobs, or if you felt the pull to start a business, this is your inner nudge for the new cycle that is starting in your life. But before we start a new cycle, the most important thing we can do for ourselves and for our inner leadership, for our own well-being, the most important thing is learning the lessons, understanding what are the lessons that you have integrated in this past 9-year cycle. So I'm getting the chills as I say this because the most vital thing you could do, so this is the practice that I'm here to share with you today, the most vital thing you can do for yourself at the end of this year or in the first few weeks of 2026 is for you to write down a list of your top 5. If you want to make it top 10, you can do it top 10. But I would say at least top 5 lessons that you feel you have learned over the past 9 years. And I would encourage you to write those lessons from a place of gratitude, from a place of, yes, I feel how that difficult situation or difficult relationship has taught me more about myself and who I really am and what I really want in life, you know? So, writing down those lessons from the perspective of gratitude because that alchemizes the lesson into a teaching, into a wisdom teaching that you can carry forward with you in 2026 and beyond. True integration means that you live, you embody the learning of that lesson. So, for example, if you were in a relationship where you were not valued, when it taught you to value yourself more, to truly rise up and show up as the beautiful woman, the beautiful man that you are, and value yourself fully, if that is the lesson that you took from that relationship, in your next step is embodying that wisdom teaching. So living your life, living every day from that frequency of I value myself. Isn't that beautiful? Beautiful. So it's so amazing when you do this practice. I cannot speak highly enough for the virtues and the benefits of you doing this practice. So sitting down and making a list of your top 5, top 10, if you want to be really prepared for the year to come and the new cycle, that new 9-year cycle that we are starting your top 10 lessons that you have learned over the past year or over the past 9 years. I'll give you a quick example of one of my lessons that I wrote down. And I was sharing this in a ceremony yesterday with a group of dear, dear soul friends, soul family. One of my top lessons has been that frequency comes first. So, frequency is everything. Frequency comes first. That means that the energy from which you do things matters. So it's not the action that you do that matters first, but the energy from which you do the action. So If you, for example, do something that, let's take work, for example. If you show up at work from the energy of anger, or the energy of like I, I can't really, do this or another day. So the energy of like um, apathy. If you show up from that energy and try to put, one step in front of the other, that creates more of that energy from which you started, unfortunately. However, if you show up in your life and at work from that energy of like, I'm excited for a new day, I'm excited for what I'm going to create, I am excited about my vision, I have a clear vision and I'm on my path of making it happen. If you show up from that energy, when you show up from that energy, you create more of that energy. So over and over and over in my life, it has been shown to me that frequency comes first. So energy comes first. The energy from which you do things comes first. And this has been one of my lessons that I've integrated over the past 9 years. It's a monumental lesson and a beautiful one that I'm taking with me and I'm embodying in the sense of how I show up in the next few years. So that means the physical aspect, the mindset aspect, and my emotions, nourishing all of these aspects and showing up from that frequency that I choose, whether I choose the frequency of gratitude, because I choose higher frequencies of gratitude, of love, um, of nourishment, of joy, always showing up in that energy because that leads to more of that. So that's the first thing that I'm inviting you to do. And then, of course, you can write down your goals, your wishes for 2026. But first and foremost, integrate the lessons that you have been through in the past 1 year and 9 years. This is so important. And if you would like to journey together, I have a very beautiful special invitation for you in the beginning of this 2026. Such a beautiful year. It is a year one numerologically, which is a year of new beginnings. So if you would like to really start the year with momentum, with grace, with passion, and with a lot of support for you, then I invite you to check out my retreat. It's an online retreat, the Codes of the Rose, it is called, and it has to do with the rising back up to the forefront on Earth, as I mentioned earlier, of the Divine Feminine. It is a retreat where you will be receiving not only wisdom teachings when it comes to your own inner leadership, but you will be able to create that powerful, compelling vision for 2026 and beyond for 6 areas of your life that we will journey through, and you will be able to create that vision from your heart. So I will be guiding you through practices that allow you to create that vision, not from your mind, as we are programmed to function, but from your heart and from your higher self. And I'll be guiding you through receiving messages for each of those areas in your life, the 6 areas that we'll be working with, from your higher self, from the wisdom of your soul. Because when we follow the vision that we have received from our heart, from our soul, that's when we follow the path of greatness in our life. That's when we follow our dharma. That's when we journey into what we came here to really do and be in this life. So I'm so excited for this beautiful retreat, the Codes of the Rose. It doesn't only include these powerful visioning processes, but it also includes an action planning that you'll be going through for 2026. And it includes also a super nourishing breathwork practice and a complete breathwork session with my method called the Breath of One. So again, receiving messages from spirit, from your higher self, from the divine, because I believe we are all here to awaken that connection to our higher self and to the divine in this lifetime. And surprise, surprise, this beautiful retreat, the Codes of the Rose, also um, empowers you in your connection to beautiful spirit guides. I'm going to bring in particular, what I received for 2026 I'm going to bring in the guides of the lineage of the rose, which is a divine feminine honoring lineage. And we will be working with powerful goddesses like Isis, the goddess of alchemy and transformation and fertility and love, with Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, Yeshua. And we will be working also with Archangel Michael, which is the protecting archangel for this beautiful lineage, the lineage of the rose. So so that you receive protection and guidance on your path onwards. And even more on the second day of the retreat, because it's a 2 days retreat over a full weekend. On the second day of the retreat, we will be connecting with places on Earth that are high energy centers. Speaking of frequency first, so high energy centers on Earth that are also there to give you guidance with regards to your vision that you have already established on day one. So that means we will be connecting with the heart chakra of the Earth, which according to many wisdom traditions is in Glastonbury in the UK, the land of Avalon, the land of King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table. So we will be connecting to Avalon, we will be connecting to the Giza Plateau in Egypt, and we will be connecting to Fatima, the beautiful, miraculous place of the Mother Mary visions and Mother Mary presence in Portugal. So it's going to be a super loving and empowering retreat. I could not imagine starting the year better and in a more loving, celebratory, and empowering way. And so I invite you to check it out. And there's also an affordable payment plan that you can use. This retreat and the wisdom teachings that you will receive from it is going to help empower you not only for 2026, because once you receive these practices and you learn how to create your vision from your heart, how to receive the insights from your heart and from your higher self, once you have these practices in your hands, in your toolbox, you can then use them every year and you can have them for a lifetime, as well as this connection to the beautiful guides of the lineage of the rose, which is a lineage again very much connected to the wisdom of the heart and to planting more love on earth. Once you have this connection to these beautiful guides established, you carry it with you for all your lifetime. And so its true value is worth way, way, way beyond the set pricing at the moment. So I invite you to truly take this leap. If you truly believe in yourself, if you have big dreams, if you want to go forward in 2026 and beyond with more momentum and also with more ease and empowerment, then I invite you to join us for the Codes of the Rose retreat this January 2026, and you'll find more details in the description below. I'm so delighted to have you here with me, and thank you for watching this video. And don't forget, write down your list of lessons for this year and even the past 9-year cycle. I'm sending you much love, and I will see you soon.